Hi, this is Dhirendra. 3 questions. If you know these questions, then perhaps you know the factual information of D.Y. Chandrachud. Did you know that he has 2 foster daughters? These daughters have disabilities. His wife died of cancer. If the answer to these 3 questions are already known, perhaps you have the basic fact about D.Y. Chandrachud. But in this video, we are going to try out to understand what are those value systems which makes a person like D.Y. Chandrachud not only a professional success but seems a personal success also. But before we do that, first of all understand how this person has developed into what he has developed. So this man was born to the longest serving Chief Justice of India. His father's name was Y.V. Chandrachud, who was the Chief Justice from 1978 to 1985. It was the time of emergency, so he was appointed Chief Justice of India by Morarji Desai. But soon Indira Gandhi returns back to power. So there is a tussle going on between the government and the judiciary, which rightfully is the expectation from the Constitution of India, wherein you have to defend the rights of the Indian citizens, and when the state is trying to suppress their rights, or maybe the other forces are trying to curb the rights of the citizens. So this man has the same genes as his father of standing for what is fair, what is right, standing for the common man. He went on to do graduation degree from St. Stephen's, Delhi. In 1979, he completed his graduation, then moved on to do bachelor's degree in law from FMS, Delhi, then moved on to do a master's from Harvard. Thereon, he does a PhD, and this was the point wherein we need to think. This boy, at the age of 25, had all the reasons to stay back in America. He had all those American dreams still coming to his mind, and he was given the option of being either in US or come back to India. He chose his country. There must be some clarity in his head, and that's why he was able to take that decision of returning back to the country and leaving back that American dream. So he comes back to India, he starts practicing, he practices for, it seems that almost 12-13 years before he is finally made the Additional Solicitor General of India at the age of 38 in 1998. After 2 years, he was made the High Court Judge of Bombay High Court Judge. He worked there for almost 13 years. And during this time, he had a personal loss of his wife, died of cancer in 2007. He was able to see life beyond his wife when his whole family was distressed. He again took the life as it came. There are surprises. Life doesn't give you all the good smooth ride. He also had a personal tragedy. So he met with that tragedy accordingly. Later on, he soon marries after 2-3 years, or not, years are not clear, but he marries another woman called Kalpana Das, who is a lawyer by profession, who has worked with British Council. So here he met with a personal loss of wife, then goes on to still sees the positive in life, marries again after some years, adopts 2 foster girls. They are right now aged around 16 and 20. What does it reflect of the man? Does it not reflect some kind of empathy, some kind of nurturing for the society in which you live, some kind of giving something beyond your own means? So this is one reflective of the character. But before we move ahead about his future career, let's come back. When he was at the helm, when he was being a lawyer, before opting to choose judgeship, or before moving to being a judge, so he had 2 options: corporate money or service to the people. But it seems that he chose the service to the people by being a judge rather than being a high-paying corporate lawyer like many others we have. These are the decisions which you take, which defines who you are. And he also had that ability, that expertise, that connections, that knowledge in order to be one of the richest. But one doesn't take these decisions when someone is at 40 to be a corporate lawyer, to be a personal lawyer, or a lawyer in personal capacity, or to be a judge. So you choose it because you know your intentions are quite clear. What do you want to achieve in that life? What do you want to do with your life? Had it been the same decision which you have taken at, say, when you are 23, 24, 25 years of age, that can still be said to be a decision of indecision, wherein you are not too sure what do you want to do, but you still take some decision and take decisions later on. But here is the man who was clear that he wanted to return back to India when he was 26. Here is a man who was clear that money is not what is driving force for him, so he takes a decision to be a judge at 40. Here is a man who is not unhappy with life after he loses his wife, but looks forward by giving assistance or by adopting 2 children, and these children need special care, so he is willing to have that patience and that caring attitude in order to let them be okay with their life. Here is a man who is okay to let people judge him when he marries at the age of 47. So this man has clarity of what he wants to do in his life. This man has a clarity of what is right for him and right for the society. And let's try to understand his professional career. So he was a judge in High Court for 13 years. Later on he became the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court from 2013 to 2016, and then he moved to Supreme Court as a judge. Here he worked for almost 6 years before becoming the Chief Justice of India in November 2022. We can also interpret the personality of a person by the judgments he gave. So he has given judgments on Babri Masjid demolition case, he has given judgments on Sabarimala case, he has given judgments on cases relating to homosexuality, cases relating to abortion. So if you look at his judgments, you will understand the nature of person, the philosophy he imbibes in his life. Justice Chandrachud is known to be a feminist judge if you critically analyze his work. In another judgment on adultery law, Justice Chandrachud played an important role to scrap the IPC Section 497 that deprived women of sexual autonomy. In 2022, he declared legal and safe abortion a right for every woman till 24 weeks of pregnancy. Women who will conceive out of marital rape can also seek termination under the MTP Act. So these goes on to show nature of individual, this man, who, what are the value system for which he stands, what are the value system for which he thinks is right for the society. Hence, when you analyze his whole life, you will see there is a man who is a feminist, there is a man who is caring for the society, there is a man who is not tired of life, there is a man who is not running after money, he thinks that service is making more sense to his life, who is focused. There is a man who is ready to be wrong in the eyes of the society. Most of the people who might think, okay, how someone is able to take that decision, but when someone is willing to have a partner at the age of around 50, then this man also is clear about keeping his life normal and living a life which seems normal, but the actions taken during this tenure seems that this man is a man of integrity, this man has discipline, this man is focused, this man is hardworking, because you don't do all of it, you don't get a Harvard degree, PhD degree if you don't work hard, if you are not focused on what you are supposed to do. You are not going to be appointed a Supreme Court judge if you are not clean. You are not going to be appointed a Supreme Court judge if you are not disciplined. And this man adopted 2 girls. You don't do that if you are too selfish involved in your own life. You don't just choose anyone as your life partner at the age of 50. Finally, he is a visiting professor in different universities, which shows that this man is willing to pass on his wisdom, his knowledge, his opinions to the next generation, and most probably these visits are more out of personal desire to contribute to the younger generations, to teach the younger generations, rather than for any monetary aspect of it. He is a visiting professor at Australian National University, University of Mumbai, University of Oklahoma, and he visited at Harvard Law School, Yale Law School, and William S. Richardson's Law School, University of Hawaii, University of Witwatersrand, South Africa. So it seems that this man is desirous enough to pass on the wisdom, knowledge to different people of different countries. Seems that government and Chandrachud are doing what they are thinking is right. And hopefully Chandrachud does what he has been doing throughout his career. If he does that, we can be sure that our rights of a citizen are in the safe hands. He is going to retire in November 2024. Till that, the elections will happen. And it seems that the government has decided to make a peace pact by doing what they did by removing Kiran Rijiju. Hopefully, Chandrachud does what he has been doing throughout his career, being right, doing what he is expected to do. He has delivered those decisions which are as per the law of the land. He has done what is expected as from the Constitution of India. Hopefully this video has given you a perspective of how a man chooses different decisions at different point of life, and these are the decisions which are going to define what is the character of the man. Don't trust words, just trust the actions of the man, and you will have a clear picture of what kind of a person an individual is when he takes a certain decision at any point of time in his life. A young lad at 26 doesn't leave America just like that. A young person at 38 at the prime of his career doesn't choose to be a judge just like that. A young man who loses his wife at 47 marries again, wants to keep it sane, and this man adopts 2 girls with disabilities. All of these are actions, these are not words. All of these facts are facts. These are not some mythical stories which you hear about many celebrities, about many people, and yet you make an opinion about that. Here is a man who is doing everything, whose life is in public, so you are now the better judge of him as a person. Hope this video has been useful to you in the information and in the perspective of putting D.Y. Chandrachud personality. Thank you for your time and patience. Thank you.